Destiny never just happens. You must prepare for it. The journey to fulfillment of your dream and your destiny is a race you must run. It's misleading to think that greatness just happens to anyone. It's deceptive to think that people become successful by chance. What you call chance is the right opportunity opening to those who were prepared. What you call luck is favor smiling on people who have run the race, people who deserve the prize. Destiny does not come to those who sit and wait. Life is a race, and whether or not you decide to run, the race must go on. Your destiny is at the end of the race, and if you must walk in purpose, then you must run after destiny, not because it isn't yours, but because there are some forces determined to stop you. They don't want your change in the world. They don't want you happy and fulfilled. They don't want you leaving legacies of truth and excellence behind. You must run after your destiny, and you must run without looking back. If you sit and decide not to run, then someone else picks up the prize. Someone else takes that vacancy, because life only gives opportunities to those who are ready, to those who are willing to run, to those who are willing to sweat. No one fulfills destiny by sitting and watching. No one fulfills destiny by sitting and daydreaming all day. Destiny comes when preparation meets action. Destiny comes when you're prepared for the race and you can run the race. There are some people who feel there is no much to their life. Some who feel like there's nothing in their future to look forward to, who feel there's nothing to run after. They believe they were created to wait on the sidelines, watching others fulfill purpose. They think that they cannot make a difference. They couldn't be any further from the truth. The only people who do not fulfill destinies are those who refuse to run after their destiny. God has deposited so much in you. There's something on your inside that the world needs to benefit from. You're a special gift to humanity, a treasured one. There's so much that God is expecting from you. But it's not only because He knows that you've got what it takes, it's because He knows that you have the capacity. He knows that if you put your mind to it, you will finish the race. He knows that He can trust you with His purpose. He can trust you with His people. Will you fail them? Will you fail Him? You see, what you don't know is that the promise won't come just because you believe in the promise. It won't come simply because you know it belongs to you. You won't become great only because there's a seed of greatness in you. Your destiny would sit and wait for you. You've got to run. You've got to run with all your might and with all your strength. The race that's set before you will test your endurance. It will test your patience. It will test your agility. But the prize will be worth it. You'll look at the prize and forget all it took you to get there, because fulfilling your destiny is all the satisfaction that you will ever need. You so fulfill the dream in your heart, go through the process, become what God has said you should be. Your destiny is worth it. But first, you've got to run after your destiny. You've got to run like a man on a mission. You are a man, a woman on a mission to be all that God has called you to be, a mission to attain your highest calling, a mission to fulfill your destiny. You are on a mission and you've got to run. You're not the only one on this racetrack. Some people have been put in the race to distract you. Yes, they've been put in the race to stop you at all costs. They've been put in the race to ensure that you never arrive at your destination, to ensure that you will never fulfill destiny. Do you know that the enemy comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy? What do you think he steals? He steals destinies. He kills dreams and vision. He destroys lives. He's over there plotting your downfall. His greatest desire is to see you given up. He wants to get rid of you and to make you get tired and quit the race. It gives him satisfaction to see that you don't think you can fulfill your destiny. He's happy when he sees that you don't see yourself the way God sees you. You think your destiny is too far, the race too hard, and the price of destiny too costly to pay. He doesn't want you to run. What you don't see is that your frustrations right now are his attempts to distract you from the race. He wants you to think that there is no way out anymore. So you might be frustrated right now. You might have been running and now you're exhausted. You're asking yourself if you are on the right track. You are, because if it's doing all you can to stop you from fulfilling your destiny, then you should be increasing your intensity. You should be running with more determination. You should be asking for the strength to go harder. God will always use a man. When he sees his people are being oppressed, when he sees his people are in distress, he'll use a man. When the Israelites cried out, you remember? He sent a man, Moses. But before that, Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness preparing. His training ground was the wilderness. He lived like a nobody. If anyone had told Moses that he had a destiny ahead of him that would blow his mind, he might have laughed. Oh, maybe he wouldn't have, because something in Moses' mind must have told him he was made for greatness, even if every other person wouldn't see it. So he waited for 40 years, hoping, believing that one day his story would make sense. He was a handsome Israelite baby who should have been killed, but ended up growing among the very ones who held his people captive. He grew up in the same household as a king that ordered the death of all the male children like himself. Why was he spared? Why didn't he die with them? There had to be something about him. There has to be something about you. There has to be reason you're still alive. There has to be reason why you think the way you do. So Moses waited. He kept waiting and hoping, and then one day he saw a burning bush. The problem is some of us. You know there is something about you, but you're tired of the race. The journey is proving to be too long, and you're wondering if you shouldn't just abandon the race. You're asking yourself if it's worth it. Don't stop. I beg you, don't stop. You must understand that the destiny for men who have been prepared. Destiny happens to those who refuse to give up on the race. Destiny happens to those who have passed the test of endurance on the field for 40 years. Just like Moses waited. He stuck to his lane. So maybe right now, what you should be doing is preparing. Taking some more courses, even if you can't sleep as much as you used to before. Applying for more internships. Retaking exam, getting that degree. Cutting off friendships that have done you no good. Cutting off the distractions, buying more books. Going back to school, going back to that project. Going back to that vision board. Revisiting your abandoned dreams and goals. That's how you run. By staying in your lane. By staying in your lane, by deciding to do better each day. By improving on yourself every day. Knowing that one day an open door will open and it will meet you ready. It will meet you prepared. That's how great men are made. Opportunities plus preparation. So don't stop running. It may look like a wilderness right now, but what it is a training field. It may look barren right now, but it's just not the season of manifestation yet. Remember, Moses almost missed the season. He killed an Egyptian to save an Israelite. He had always been a deliverer, but it wasn't time for his manifestation yet. There was some refining had to be done. You need to recognize what you carry, but you need to be diligent enough to hone your skills, to hone the gift, to refine what is in your hands. God will always use men, but he will only use men who have stayed true to the cause. Men who are willing to give everything they've got to the race for destiny. So run after your destiny.